Hey everybody. So a lot of times what stops me, maybe stops you too, is the past. The past. Sometimes the mistakes that we make, the bad decisions that we make, the people that we've hurt, the people that have hurt us. The list goes on and on. Things that we're ashamed of from our past. Sometimes can be 20 or 30 years back or more, that still haunts us to this day, are the very things that basically holds us back. You know, loss, sometimes the loss of a loved one. The list just goes on and on. And so how do we transform that? How do we liberate ourselves from that? And I believe that one way that we overcome, let's say, the karmic flow, I mean, you don't really get beyond reaping and sowing, but you can experience life differently. But I think one of the ways that you overcome the past is acknowledging and accepting the past as it is, and realizing the mistakes that you made were mistakes, or the wrong that you did was wrong. The people that you've hurt, you hurt. And the people that hurt you. But being able to look at it, maybe still have that remorse. But here's where the change happens: when you can learn from it. And when you can forgive yourself for it. And perhaps even go back to get forgiveness from the people that you've hurt. But sometimes that's not possible, right? So when we're able to learn from our mistakes, we really learn from what we did, and then have a desire to do better. That's what, repentance is. I know that's a religious word, but that's what it is. Then there's a release from that past. There's a genuine desire or need to never make that type of mistake again, never make that bad decision again. But there must come a space of learning from it. There must come a space of forgiving others, but also to forgiving yourself, and potentially reaching out to get forgiveness, even though you might not get it. I think once you do that, you set a new chain in motion. And what would have been your future based on what you did in the past no longer will be. But here's the biggest thing. Once you've released the past from yourself, right? Once you've opened that door and gone back into the past and released it, now you can open a new door, because you can see very clearly, like I'm seeing through this big window that I'm looking through here, how to make the present better. How can you learn from the past in order to make the present better? How can you do things in the present that are seeds that are going to be sown to create a better future? So it's what we do in the here and now. In the here and now, I literally can time travel back to the past, and I can redo everything that I did based on learning from it, and also forgiving and being forgiven, right? And letting go. And then right here, right now, I can do some things in the present that can have a grand effect on what my future will be. If you want to know what the future is, create it, right? So I say all that because I think a lot of the things that holds us back, I think a lot of the things that mentally disturbs us, emotionally disturbs us, is the past. Things we have not let go of. I say, learn from it. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. Be forgiven. Let it go. And in the present time, because you've learned, when you know better, do better. So in the present, do better. And not just based on what you've learned, but things you know to do, where you can utilize your gifts, talents, and intelligence to bless others. Where you can take care of yourself in the 4 pillars: mind, body, soul, and spirit. You can do that right here, right now. And in doing that, you're able to now, in a sense, through your imagination, time travel to the future and begin to see who you want to be, see what you want to do, and see what you want to have.